West to Halloween Freon and welcome to yet another video. Well, it's the Tolkien reading day. And it wouldn't be the good old European lore if I didn't partake. And if I didn't participate. And if I didn't read out one of my favourite passages from The Lord of the Rings. Because of course you can't choose just one favourite passage. It's an extremely long and complicated and beautiful saga. A journey that contains all the important parts within itself, and they are inseparable. But I can't read the entire The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and the Silmarillion, right? I've chosen one of my favourite passages that is actually the very ending of the book. Because in it, Tolkien describes and shows us something that has been forgotten by many people in today's world, in today's society, and that is the good old traditional values, the family values of days long forgotten. And in today's society, when people are trying to, well, do and think many things and in many ways, these family values and the fact that family is the most important building part of society has been forgotten. And that is why I've decided to read this part. Well, my friends, it is the ending of The Lord of the Rings, when Sam, Frodo and Pippin are giving farewell to Frodo and Gandalf and Galadriel while leaving for Valinor. "Yes," said Gandalf, "for it will be better to ride back 3 together than 1 alone. Well, here at last, dear friends, on the shores of the sea comes the end of our fellowship in Middle-earth. Go in peace. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil." Then Frodo kissed Merry and Pippin, and last of all Sam, and went aboard. And the sails were drawn up, and the wind blew, and slowly the ship slipped away down the long grey firth. And the light of the glass of Galadriel that Frodo bore glimmered and was lost. And the ship went out into the high sea and passed on into the west, until at last, on a night of rain, Frodo smelled a sweet fragrance on the air and heard the sound of singing that came over the water. And then it seemed to him that, as in his dream in the house of Bombadil, the grey rain curtain turned all to silver glass and was rolled back, and he beheld white shores, and beyond them a far green country under a swift sunrise. But to Sam the evening deepened to darkness as he stood at the haven, and as he looked at the grey sea he saw only a shadow on the waters that was soon lost in the west. There still he stood far into the night, hearing only the sigh and murmur of the waves on the shores of Middle-earth, and the sound of them sank deep into his heart. Beside him stood Merry and Pippin, and they were silent. At last the 3 companions turned away, and never again looking back they rode slowly homewards. And they spoke no words to one another until they came back to the Shire, but each had great comfort in his friends on the long grey road. At last they rode over the downs and took the east road, and then Merry and Pippin rode on to Buckland, and already they were singing again as they went. But Sam turned to Bywater, and so came back up the hill as day was ending once more, and he went on, and there was yellow light and fire within, and the evening meal was ready, and he was expected, and Rose drew him in, and sat him in his chair, and put little Eleanor upon his lap. He drew a deep breath. "Well, I'm back," he said. Well, enjoy the Tolkien reading day, my friends, and do not forget to type in the description or in the comments down below what your favourite passage from The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or the Silmarillion, The Unfinished Tale is, and what you are reading today to honour Professor Tolkien and his legacy. And that will be all from today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out of here.